Welcome to the Traders Help Desk Online video collection. In this video, I'm actually short the euro on a 12-minute chart, and the reason is very simple. The 3-minute slowed down to a crawl. We did pull back to the SMA on the 12-minute chart, and as we pulled back to the SMA, we did so on diverging volume. So that was my entry point. My stop is at 33.78. Which is 9 ticks. Not bad for a 12-minute chart at all. My first profit target is 33.51, and we'll see what happens. I would like to see the selling volume here increasing. As it stands right now, it has not been. But again, this bar is still forming, and we cannot read volume until that bar actually completes. Since this is a 12-minute chart, I am going to pause the screen until something happens. Okay, as you can see, we're just a few ticks away from Clipper 1. I still need to see this volume increasing, which it's not doing right now. I really need to see some strong volume coming in on this. So it just started forming. So we do have to wait until the close of the bar, which is at 7:48, basically 10 minutes from now. Okay, as you can see, when we're measuring volume on the lows, we had an increase in volume. And so hopefully we'll get at least the first profit target.
Order filled.
Okay, we got a first profit target. The first thing I'm going to do is put a stop in at break even. Now, this one, it looks like I got 16 ticks per contract, but actually I only got 15 because I had one tick slippage. And the next profit target is 33.33. I do have my stop set to 33.66. Again, I did get some slippage on that order when I went into the market. So now the ATR over on the 180 is actually at 33.12, so I'm not too close to the ATR there. And there's a potential to get a magenta peak on the 720 right now. It has not come in, but we do have the potential for it. We do have the cash market opening at 7:53 this morning. I'm sorry, at 8 o'clock this morning, and it's 7:53 now. So we do have a market opening in 7 minutes. We've already achieved our first profit target, so my stop is at break even at this point. I am watching the volume over on the 45-minute. The volume bar will not be completed though until 8:15, and what I'm looking at is the volume on this compared to the volume here. So I would not want to see divergence here, because that tells me that it would pop back up. So I cannot read this volume accurately until 8:15. I am watching it as I'm in this trade, but again, my stop is already at break even. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the screen again until something significant happens. Again, you can see that the volume is now increasing on the lows. Exactly what we wanted to see. We have started measuring from here, and then we measured again here, and you can see it's still increasing. That's exactly what we wanted. We do have the cash market opening in about 1 minute. So we'll see where they decide to take it. I'm still watching the volume on the 45-minute. Again, it still has another 16 minutes before I can accurately read that. Additionally, I'm keeping an eye on the 720 as well as the 180 ATR. And the reason I'm watching the 180 ATR is we've had a magenta peak, which I wrote about earlier. So that tells me it should at least pull back to 33.12. Now, this could actually pull up towards price as well, but as it stands right now, I do have adequate room between where price is and where the ATR is. Then when you look at the 720, you can see that we may be right on the cusp of developing a magenta peak here. It still needs to come down a little bit more to develop that peak. But if that magenta peak comes in, we have the potential of going back to 31.16. So just things I'm watching as I am in this trade. This bar will end at 812. What I would not want to see right now is divergence or a magenta peak. So Okay, what I'm going to do is move my stop down to 51, which was where my first profit target was. And that's because we've had divergence here. The ADX is also a little bit high. And if we get a magenta peak right now and it pulls back to the ATR, it would stop me out. So this is one, either it's going to go in my direction now or I'm out. And on the 45-minute, we are making new lows on higher volume. The one thing that would actually put me out of this trade right now, though, is magenta peak, which is why I pulled my stop down. The bar just finished over here on the 45-minute, and you can see that volume is increasing on the highs. So this is telling us that sellers are responding. The only issue is the divergence on the 12-minute that could cause a test for buyers, as well as a potential magenta peak. So these are the things I'm looking at directly on the 12-minute, and I'm not willing to sit through a pullback all the way to the ATR at this time. So I've moved my stop down to 33.51, which will give me at least Clipper 1 on all of my contracts.
Order filled.
Okay, I'm out of that one right at Clipper 1, which is 33.51. So it was 15 ticks per contract. I was actually trading 6 contracts on this. So that was a very easy and simple little Clipper 1 to take. And again, with that divergence there and the potential for magenta peak, I'm not sitting and letting myself get stopped out knowing that the ATR is above where my stop would have been.